The score at the 25th percentile for the above distribution is 28.13. The score at the 75th percentile for the above distribution is 29.97. Determine the semi-interquality range for the above data.
It's called semi-interquartile range. I know it's kind of hard to say, right? It's okay. It's a new word. It's still hard to say for me too. All right. So do you guys have any idea of what to do for this problem? Type in the chat for me. How do we do this problem? Any ideas? All right, so it looks like a lot, but actually it's not that a lot of work for this problem. Okay, so you're given the table here, and you are given that the score at the 25th percentile for the above distribution is 28.13. You can think of the 28.13 is like one of the x values in the table. Okay, and then the score at the 75th percentile for the above distribution is 29.97. So this is just another x value from the table. Yeah, so determine the semi-interquartile range for the above data. So for this one, you just have to use a formula. And I'm not sure if I have the notes here for you guys. If you took notes from last week, when you watched the video, then you may still remember the formula that you need to use. So to calculate, here, let me delete this one. So the formula for the semi-quartile range is equal to Q3 minus Q1 over 2. You just take the average of Q1 minus Q3 minus Q1. Okay, and that's it. And go ahead and try it for me to see what your answer is. Everyone, go ahead and try it. All right, just in case you still don't get this completely, I'm going to have to go over this part for you so that you understand what they are, right? So on a data set, or usually we represent the whole data set by what percent, everyone? Can you guys tell me? By what percent? Can you type in the chat for me? We represent like a whole job or a whole of something by what percent? Like a whole distribution, right? By 100%. You always represent a whole thing by 100%. Okay. And if you divide this data set into 4 parts like this, equal 4 parts. Okay. Then this part right here, the number right here will be Q1. Okay. Or you can call it the first quartile. The first quartile. It's hard to see, huh? You use the thinner line. Make sure that you take notes for me if you don't remember it. Take notes, whatever that you don't remember, or even if you don't remember, it's good to take notes. And the second one here is Q2, and it's called the second quartile. Okay. It's in the guided lecture notes from last time. You can find it in week 7 or 6, I forgot. Yeah, but let's just review it. And then the third one here is called Q3, and it's the third quartile. Okay. All right, and the second quartile or Q2 is also called the median. The median, okay? And Q1, the median is also called the 50th percentile. The 50th percentile is another name for the median. And Q1 is called the 25th. Q1 is called the 25th percentile. And Q3 is called the 75th percentile. All right, so make sure that you remember this. And then the number over here will be the smallest number in a data set, okay? The smallest number. And the number over here will be the largest number. The largest number, okay? All right, make sure that you write that down. And everyone, each quartile contains how many, what percent of the data set, everyone, just by looking at the graph here. Like this part here contains what percent of the data values in a data set. Can you guys see? Type in the chat for me. All right, I got Uriel. How about other people? Right, Angela. If a data set divided into 4 equal parts, then each part contains what percent of the data values? 25%, right? So each part will contain 25% of the data values, okay? All right. All right, so that's what you need to remember. And later, I think on the exam, they will ask you to find the 5 numbers. So those are the 5 numbers, the smallest number, Q1, Q2, Q3, and the largest number. So those are the 5 numbers that you want to find, okay? All right, so now here is the formula that I just gave you for the semi-quartile range. Can you plug the numbers into that formula and give me the answer? I'm going to give you 1 minute to try it, right? So Q3, so remember that the 25th is what? The 25th is Q1, right? 25th is Q1. 25th is Q1, and then the 75th is Q3. All right, so, and Q3 is what? Q3 is 29.97. You have to plug in the numbers, okay, not the percentiles. Minus Q1 is 28.13 divided by 2. And make sure that you subtract first and then divide. Then you will get 0.92, right? If you round it, yeah? So that's the answer, okay?